Hey guys, it's Stella here. So it's been a really long time since I've made like any sort of video lately. I've been a little too busy for my own good. I've had convention after convention after convention, so I've been running a little short on time, patience, sanity, just, you know, all the basics that I would need to function. However, that being said, I did actually manage to somehow find the time to actually make a new photo book, partially because it was 40% off and I got free additional pages, so why not? But this one's just kind of to play catch up from the end of last year through Colossalcon of this year. I don't have all the pictures back from Colossalcon just yet, but I just used the ones I had because I was pretty short on time. But yeah, so I'm really sorry. I have a huge backlog of vlogs and like skits and things to post. I just really haven't had the time to sit down and do them because I've been working, having conventions. So after the Colossalcon and Matsuri coming up in the next month and a half, I will have more time, so I'll be working on that backlog. Also, the cosplay music videos that we recorded back at MidoriCon last year. So, you know, going on a full year, just yeah, it's been a rough year. So I will be working on all that kind of stuff in the not very near future, but in the future. My goal is to have everything kind of out and posted and my backlog pretty much cleared up by the time Halloween rolls around, so I can actually work on some new stuff, post like work vlogs, like stuff like that for working on new costumes. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go show you guys my new photo book I have, because I have all my other ones right there. And this is something I don't know how or why I started. I just thought it was cool just because it's a good way to share some memories and some of my favorite photos and stuff from the year, so I figured why the heck not. And I kind of I just need something fun to do right now, so here we go. Also, I'm actually recording this on my phone because I actually have a smartphone now, woo! And sadly enough, the quality for this is about the same as my vlog camera, so yeah, we're gonna go with it for now because it's a little bit easier to handle. Okay, so give me just a second so I can flip this around, woo! Alright, so here we go. So there's a lot of new faces in this photo book, so I'm going to try and include everyone in the comments below, but if I forget somebody, I apologize. I will try to go through. I'm also going to be including like Photog credits and stuff, although a lot of them are people you guys know because they're usually done by the same person. So this will start 2015 to 2016, so again, this only goes to like about Colossalcon. So this is actually one of my favorite photos from Colossalcon. This is by Jossie. So this is StarryShyRoo, Molly, Casey, and then of course you guys know Cricket, who's in a lot of my photos the past couple of years. But this was my debut for Cinder. I bought this costume from another cosplayer, and I'm not disappointed at all. Actually, she's probably one of my favorite costumes to wear now because it is very comfortable, a little hot at times because it is velvet, but I really love how it turned out and how it works. And then of course I have Sailor Mercury. I included her on here because this was her debut this year at Saishocon as part of a big group, which is something I kind of always wanted to do, so I was extremely honored and happy to be included in that. And then of course I have my Fall Maiden Pyrrha because I really wanted another costume for Pyrrha that was a little bit easier to wear, but also just because I've been trying to branch out and do more creative things. Like I'm going to be designing my own gaijinka for Ghastly here in the future, so really trying to get my creative side back out there again. And then of course there's Bae, which is Rubik. I've been improving on makeup skills, and also my Yang helped me too as well. Since I work with latex, I had a better understanding of it this time around, and Yang has been experimenting with different sorts of paints, and we tried a different look, and I loved it so much. So I'm really excited to show you guys pictures. So, all pages. So these are just the pages that I have. Like I have my personal cosplay page, my photography page, which I don't have a whole lot posted on right now because I am working on editing everything still. And then of course there's Hunter's Initiative. So this is just one of my favorite photos. This is me and Tazunay Hitori cosplay. We did casual Pyrrha and Cinder at ZipCon, no, not ZipCon, Tag Fest, wrong one. The Tag Fest, which was fun, so we kind of did a mini photo shoot with a bunch of people. And of course you have Momo and Pumpkin. I actually got to see them again at ANNDDD where they were doing their artist table, which was nice. And of course some of the Hunter's Initiative crew with Visual Songster, Smack Pipe Magic, and then Sleepy Cat. So we did our panel at Colossalcon, which was a lot of fun. You know, shenanigans as always. So, sorry, trying to hold this and not get glare. So, So my first pages are all dedicated to Pyrrha because I knew she'd have the most pages, and it's just easier to get her out of the way first. So again, these were all Tag Fest. So kind of just a little mini photo shoot that we did with casuals. So just a lot of fun. Nice for a nice little convention. It was like the end of the night when we did our review panel. And then this branches into ZipCon, where I took Fall Maiden Pyrrha again. We actually did a huge Ruby Q&A panel like first thing in the morning. So a lot of fun, but I was not awake enough for that. So of course we did a little mini photo shoot afterwards. Because why not? Because you can never pass up photos with people. So it was just a lot of fun. We got some really nice photos out of it. And more group photos, shenanigans. Trying to be funny and cute, but then you also have the sad. So of course gotta bring that mix in here somewhere. And then of course I did a photo shoot with Little Professor Productions at Saishocon when I was first debuting her. So basically I got dressed as her, went to the con, did the photo shoot, and then actually got to walk around. So some of these pictures turned out really nice. Like some random guy who was walking around with his friends that was so nice enough to hold my cube so we can get a couple decent pictures of that, which was really nice. He was really sweet. And of course my pictures from ZipCon, and of course I gotta have Mothman cosplayer Jack because we were wandering around together waiting for judging and shenanigans. No. And then more pictures of just Fall Maiden in general because we did like a photo shoot before we left. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I was very happy with this costume. A lot of people didn't really necessarily recognize her, but I really didn't really care because I felt pretty for once in my life. So it was just kind of, yeah, a lot of work. I did do a lot of research on Greek clothing, like how to make like chitin and stuff like that. I might end up remaking the white part of it to be like a different version of it because there are several different versions of it. But you know, future reference. Then I also had fun. I was just playing around with some of the editing stuff because I felt like it. But this is one of my favorite photos just because there's a little candid one. Oh no. Turned out weird on here though. I did not look at this page. This bottom half of the page turned out a little funky with the coloring and whatnot. I think they messed up the ink a little bit, but oh well. I mainly just did this for memory's sake anyway, so I'm not really gonna think too much. And then from Pyrrha, I kind of branched out just to Ruby in general. So these are pictures from Colossalcon when I did Volume 4 Blake. I'm working on maybe remaking her for Colossalcon, if not fixing her up at the very least. Then of course we did Casual Ruby at ACEN, which was hysterical, just because it was a lot of fun. We all threw on different casual outfits, which actually worked very well to the characters, I think. This one was Broken Crown, Cosplay, and I. We went to ANNDDD for a day. Like, I think we went Friday, then a marathon, and then I went back with Cricket on Sunday. But you were walking around, having some fun, talking to people. So just shenanigans, and of course Kagaku cosplay, because we did a skit, which was a lot of fun. Bit feelsy, wanted to cry every time I was working on editing it. And of course more shenanigans. So this one's got more of just random photos. So then of course Little Lotus and I did pictures at BashCon when we were Adam and Blake. So some from the Masquerade. I forgot who took these. I have the link for the pictures that I was going to post underneath this. So that's from our skit, our ACEN. I put up in the corner of the page too much, but again, mainly just did this for memory's sake, so just to help remind me of fun things. Oh, focus. There we go. Then some more Colossalcon stuff. So I'm still working on. I'm gonna take this apart, redo the top stitching. I'm gonna fix the back of it a little bit, and then I gotta add some embroidery to it. But the jacket I'm pretty happy with. I spent a lot of time patterning that out. Jack helped me a lot. Then I had to change and alter the pattern a little bit to fit a little bit better. But Taka was a godsend because they helped me kind of sew it together and at least throw it together to have something for our skit. And then of course we did more photos and I debuted Cinder, which was a lot of fun. I really wasn't expecting much when I wore her. Like, really didn't get pictures with anybody else, but I was perfectly content just to do all these group photos and I had a lot of fun being sassy. And more Adam and Blake and Cinder, because actually they're the same wig. I bought another one as backup, so, but they are the same style wig from JC Peach. And of course, these are probably some of my favorite photos. And of course, then you have Whitley in the background for a lot of these, and that was just so much fun. It was so hysterical. But this is also one of my favorites because, you know, Emerald's stealing his lighter and stuff, and they're all just like, no, and I'm just surrounded by idiots. So it was a lot of fun. I'm so glad, because like I've known these guys for a bit, just never really got to do much with them before, so I was really excited to be able to do something with them. And this one's one of my favorites. It's a bit derpy, it's a bit hard to see because his pants are black and so is the swords that I borrowed from Tazunay, but I was cutting off his leg because I was trying to be funny. But all the fun photos. And of course the poor umbrella. So many photos. This one is one of my favorites, and then then this one, there's another one of like the opposite where it's focused on her and not on me, but I love how those turned out. Those ones were taken by Taka, so I'm just like, godsend. So just a lot of fun. So many pictures, and of course I have, well, she's my Yang, but PoisonedReality is Raven. I snagged a couple of pictures of her already, so this is the other one I was talking about. So a lot of fun photos. And I randomly did Jaune. I actually bought that costume for my friend. So I threw it together for BashCon because I wanted something easy to wear when we went to go pick up badges and things. So this was our Hunters Initiative panel at OhioCon, which was a lot of fun. I had Pyrrha, and then of course we had Abaddon. So we had so much redheaded sass in there, just torturing Dean. It was actually quite hysterical. And then I moved on to Raven. So I included pictures from Saishocon from last year. Didn't remember if I stuck them in the other one or not, so I threw them in here just as a backup, but plus I actually love these photos because they're so funny. Teen Titans versus Attack on Titan. Haha, I still want to do a crossover of that so badly. But of course you have Mizar and Zyga. If you guys don't know them, they're my Robin and Starfire. They're basically my family. So it was a lot of fun. We actually did some more photos at Colossalcon too when Tazunay got her White Raven done. Also, this little guy is so cute. He was really scared to go on by himself, so I'm like, well, I'll go up with you, and then he was being super cute and didn't want to leave me. And I was like, I understand, son. I understand. And we also did some photos at Shumatsu-con. I think this was Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. We did some photos outside. So more photos, more photos. This is actually what this is Trapped Columbus, or not Trapped Columbus, Trapped Toledo. Mark's a pretty cool dude if you guys ever get the chance to go visit them. They are always at Glass City with their mobile kits and stuff. And then I think these were done by Taka, I'm pretty sure. And then this one's by Mizar, or her photography page, Misty Waterdrop. I will include that down below. Also, I had to include this one because this was just a fun comparison. This is how we met. We met at either Glass City or Tag Fest, and this is where we are now at OhioCon, just being derpy. I love them so much. And then more photos. And then I kind of branched out because, you know, tried to keep with somewhat of a color scheme, didn't really work. Then I went from that into Mercury. Actually bought a visor for her. After getting that visor, like 5 minutes later, I was getting compliments. I was like, okay, I bought this for our skit, but it works. So just casual Mercury after I did my self-esteem panel at Shumatsu-con. And then these are some of my favorite photos, just doing casual Raven, but we actually got quite a few pictures taken of us too. So it was just really interesting to see, because I just kind of threw something together, which actually Mizar and I had went shopping to do casual stuff, so this was the outfit that I picked out when we had went shopping. And then Mizar was pregnant with their daughter Misty at the time, so she found the perfect dress to wear, which was super adorable. And then these are from ASIN. So many photos. And this was Taka and I during Masquerade for ASIN. We did a 90s campy Sailor Moon skit, which was a lot of fun, involving Harry Potter and Jedi. So it was just super fun. We were just messing around during the Masquerade, jamming into the music and whatnot. So then these are a lot of our Sailor Moon photos. Some of them that we had taken. I think Jack took pretty much all of these. Some of these I took, but just had a lot of fun shenanigans and being in character. This is still one of my favorite shots. But just a lot of random photos and things from that. And more photos. Just because I really loved doing this group. It was a lot of fun. I think I might try to remake my collar again, just because for some reason my fabric was just super stretchy compared to everyone else's, so it just turned out weird. So I'm gonna try and remake bits and pieces eventually, but you know, I'll get to that eventually. That's gonna be my favorite word for today. But it was just a lot of fun, so much sass, so many laughs. then I kind of started to branch out into the other magical girls, which my duck, they got me, but they had run to Walmart, and I was just kind of getting ready, and they brought it back, and it was super cute, so I took it, and I was carrying it around, and I did Princess Tutu. And then this one was edited by Taka. She's still working on a lot of the Sailor Moon photos, but this is one of the few that I've seen that she's finished. And I threw on Madoka. We actually won Best Journeyman at OhioCon with our skit. This one was done by, I think, Robert Walker's his name. I'm going to include everything in the comments or down below in the description, but some really good photos from it. I'm super excited because we threw together that skit in like 6 hours, which 2 of that was basically just doing the dialogue and audio, and then the other 4 were just choreography. So I was very happy with how everything turned out. And then I won Best Experience at Shumatsu-con with Princess Tutu, and my duck is in my cleavage because that's just where I like to carry him. So more photos from our skit, and then we just got some photos at ASN as well on Sunday when we were doing Madoka and Homura. So yay, friends, and this is when we won. Basically, this is the perfect descriptions of our faces. She's like super excited. I'm just like, what's going on? And they were hyperventilating. So I mean, it was perfect photo. I actually threw together like a casual, cute, formal ladybug. My friend Tori did Cat Noir, so I surprised her doing ladybug at Anna Marathon. Then of course you have Kagaku cosplay in their natural habitat. This is one of my favorite derps from them. We did photos both at Shumatsu-con and then Colossalcon, so I included a couple of those in here too because they were super cute and I love taking photos of them. And then it turns into Fun Vampire Night. So we did photos at Anna Marathon as well as Colossal. We're still waiting on a lot of those pictures to come out still, but these are just some of them from Anna Marathon that we got that we had some of our friends take. So it's a very fun group. Of course, Tazunay again, Princess JJ, and then Supernova Girl. She's got a couple different like titles and stuff, so I'm gonna include everything down below. Tazunay and I did a skit at Anna Marathon as Yuki and Zero, which is kind of cute. Basically me being derpy and K-pop dancing because that's what I love to do in my free time. And then so here's one of the photos from Colossalcon. We did more photos again, except I actually brought my long-haired wig this time to do Vampire Yuki, so it's just an interesting change. It was a lot of fun. Dab Squad! Yes, I've hopped on that meme and I cannot stop. I'm not sorry. So just doing more photos. This is one of my favorite photos, definitely by far, recreating the scene where they're up in the clock tower. And then I included one from BashCon with all the contestants for the masquerade or the cosplay contest when I was Tifa. It's just a lot of fun, different experience all together. And then of course we have Rubik, which PoisonedReality or my Yang took all of these, but it was super fun. I was a little, not so much mad as I was just got a laugh out of it. I've been walking around for a while as Rubik, and a couple people recognized me, but I got recognized more when I was just standing doing these photos than I was any other time at the con, so it's just kind of like ironic. And then we have more pictures from Shumatsu-con with Kagaku cosplay and Mal Pero doing Buffy and Willow, Mal also doing Black Canary, but some of these are just, they're priceless. I haven't finished editing all of them yet. A lot of these pictures I just kind of nabbed for this book just to have them in, but we got a lot of funny derps to include. But also some really cute ones. And also, bang. And then of course you gotta have Mothman cosplay in here. This was so cool because like their jacket was really well made. They even fixed it up for ASN, but it was just, I've never seen this video, but I just loved their attitude in this. I also have some derpy photos of them later because of course that's my friends, there's derps everywhere. But these were just mainly pictures of my friends and selfies from the convention, so like this was last city, or no, this is Tag Fest when we were finally taking a break. Tag Fest, I did a Girls' Generation mashup and one Best Experience, and of course got Momo Pumpkin again. And then just more photos, the masquerade for OhioCon. And then I did have to include another meme in here because this year would not have been anything without all the friends that I've met and made and all the fun photos. Like ASN would not have been the way it was without these guys. It was so much fun. And also, you have this Phoenix here with her partner. They're adorable. I loved hanging out with them. And Shumatsu-con. And then this, like they messed up the ink here too a little bit. Basically, this is just 10 conventions, starting with last year. Like Saishocon and Tag Fest were last year. Then these 8 are from this year, and I'm not even finished. I didn't get to include Glass City in here, or Ikasu or Matsuri, so I'll have a few more conventions to add this year, but this is still by far one of my favorite photos of Cinder yet. And then that was the last actual pages, and then of course I have the back cover, which is more just like selfies and fun things, but I also included the lyrics for one of my favorite songs of the year, which was Superwoman by Minzy. These are just a couple of the translated English lyrics, but basically saying that you're gonna do a lot, you're gonna want to give up, but you can't. You're Superwoman, you got this, you can do it. So I had to include them on here too, because it has been one of those years. It's been very trying. I've had a lot of changes, a lot of hellish weeks, but it has been totally worth it, and I would not change that because I got to experience all this joy with all of my friends. So I just want to thank all of them for everything for this year. I know the year's not over yet, but it is coming to a close sooner than we think, and next year will be a whole new ball game, so we shall see what happens. But this was my photo book for like parts of last year and this year, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna put this on my shelf now to join the ranks of the rest, but I had a lot of fun making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But again, like, yeah, they messed up in places, like some of the ink's weird, some of the pictures didn't turn out right, but the main reason I do this is just for the memories and to kind of help me remember things, because I have a really bad memory. But thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I will get to see you guys soon, and I will have new videos, new content here within the next few weeks, hopefully. So